Hey, pay attention. This is the best part. Wow. Keith Thurman tells Errol Spence to call him and see me, boy. He says that Errol Spence is only going after his old work, his exes, his leftovers. And now he's saying he wants to fight. I got a lot to say. Stay tuned. Hey, yo, what up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. The Cash App is $Boxingego. Shout out to everybody who has supported the channel in numerous ways. ESPN Plus, use my link in the description. That's another great way to help support the channel. ESPN Plus, they have a ton of original content, docuseries, documentaries, archive footage from boxing fights like Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko, UFC fights as well, and a ton of content for your viewing pleasure. Get ESPN Plus as a standalone app. That's $5.99, or click my link and you can get the bundle, which includes ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus, all three of those apps, one low price of $12.99. You better not duck me, Thun. Keith One-Time Thurman, he's coming back with some interesting claims, and he's telling Errol Spence to call him. He's now showing, and in my opinion, exuding a different energy when it comes to fighting Errol Spence. I will play the clip. I need you guys to smash the like button for the latest and greatest in boxing. And we'll go over what Keith Thurman had to say. He's accusing Errol Spence of basically being weak. And now that he's ready to fight Errol Spence, and Errol Spence recently said in an interview, I believe it was with Brian Custer, he said, F Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman said he got to see me before he leaves the weight division, meaning Errol Spence. But Errol Spence said basically that chapter is closed. The whole time that I wanted to fight him and I was down to fight him, he was hiding, or, you know, basically didn't want no smoke, and he wouldn't give me an opportunity. So now tables turn. F Keith Thurman. This is Keith Thurman's response to all that.
Son, it's just BS, man. I'm going to tell that boy like I told him from day one. I look forward to seeing you in the ring one day, dog. From the day I laid eyes on you backstage at the MGM Grand, I said, very nice to meet you. You know what I'm saying? And one day we'll be in the ring, you know. But besides that, you know, we talk a little talk, you know. I give him a little bit of a hard time, but, you know, he should be able to take it, man. That's what we do, man. You know, at the end of the day, if you can, you handle Sean Porter. I did that first. Now you're trying to handle Danny. That's my past work. You know what I mean? I took Danny when he was undefeated, you know. At the end of the day, man, you want to handle everybody I already handled, but you don't want to handle me. You don't want to be in the ring one time with one time? Come on, man. I mean, that's weak. That's weak. If you got my number, dial it. Dial it. You got my number, dial it, son.
Wow. Now, again, that was a recent interview by Keith Thurman with Ak and Barack, and I will put the link in the description so you guys can check it out. He said, you got my number, dial it. That's weak. Basically, you guys heard it. He's saying that you fought guys that I've already beaten. Sean Porter, I already beat him before you. Danny Garcia is your upcoming fight. I already beat him before you. And he's saying, you know, it's real weak. You talking about moving on without seeing me. Now, I like Keith Thurman. You know, I've always liked Keith Thurman, and I don't even mind this energy. Now, however, on my channel, it's a bit harder to pull the wool over my eyes because this is what I do. You know, this is what I do. This is my full-time job, people. Make sure you smash the like button for the, you know, the effort and putting out the content. But I cover all of these things. You know, I go to the fights when we're not in the pandemic. I talk to fighters, have great relationships with a lot of fighters and trainers. I give you my thoughts, fight predictions, live streams. You know, this is what I do when it comes to boxing full time. And I've interviewed Keith Thurman. I've covered Keith Thurman fights like the one you see on the screen. I was at Keith Thurman versus Pacquiao. Keith Thurman had a press conference at the Barclays. You know, he's been there for a couple of fights. So, you know, I was there with the media scrums and asked questions, these types of things. But I feel Keith's energy right now is totally different. And you could say it's cool. I like that. I personally don't mind a fight with Errol Spence and Keith Thurman. I think it's an excellent fight, to be honest. I think Keith Thurman showed a lot of heart in, you know, losing some of them early rounds with Pacquiao, and he weathered that storm. He didn't wither and get knocked out or anything. Got knocked down in a round he was winning, the first round with Manny Pacquiao. I believe Keith Thurman, that fight with Keith. You know, he did his thing. So even though in a loss, I wasn't mad at the performance from Keith as a, you know, in his totality. Because he was, I was questioning where Keith mentally was before that fight, because he had a lot of like injuries and different things like that. But that was the type of performance where he had to deal with some stuff. So if he didn't have no heart, then that fight would have showed it, you know, and he did good late in the fight. But the discrepancy that I'm having here is, like I said, this is what I do every day. I cover boxing, and I could tell you wholeheartedly, in my honest opinion and assessment, I'm a neutral party. I like Keith. I like Errol. I like boxing in the welterweight division. Keith's energy towards Errol Spence is totally different now than what it was in the past. And I'm not going to pull up everything, but I will pull up some of it. So this is a picture of them previously. Now that Errol Spence has kind of closed that door on Keith and said, F Keith, you know, I'm going after Pacquiao, man down. You know, I'm going to fight Danny. I don't care what his dad's saying, man down, you know. And now that he's the big fish, as he calls it, Keith Thurman's energy has tremendously switched. But not too long ago, Keith Thurman was doing interviews and he wasn't sounding all too optimistic about fighting him. And that's just the reality of it. And I know this to be the case because I covered all of these things. Back when Keith Thurman was riddled and plagued with injuries, you know, he's like the Derrick Rose of boxing. He was always injured, or like he got in a bumper car accident, whatever. Said my neck. Then he said it was his back. Then he said my neck and my back. I'm suing y'all for $100,000, but we can settle out of court right now for $20. My neck and my back. This is what Keith Thurman was doing. He was asked direct questions from media, boxing reporters, and people were salivating. And that's actually one of the questions. They said, are you going to keep people waiting? People are salivating for this throwdown with Errol Spence. And Keith outright said, not going to happen, baby. 2019 is not going to happen. This is my get back year. Boom, 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 boom. My elbow, my shoulder. I'm not even fighting someone in the top 10. These are all things Keith Thurman said. Fast forward to the future. Now he's doing interviews. And after Errol has basically dismissed him, and he's saying, call me boy, you taking my leftovers, boy. And you know, and it's tough talk, Thurman. And it is a different energy. Link in the description. This is an article from ringtv.com. Keith Thurman, quote, I'm not worried about Errol Spence. So this is not me paraphrasing. This is not my personal opinion. This was an article from this year, February 7th of this year. And it says it's been 11 months since we saw Keith Thurman in action. Or actually, I don't know what year this was. But either way, it does not matter, bro. The bottom line is the article is what it is. And this is Keith Thurman in recent memory, what he had to say. If I'm going to be hurting myself, then I may as well do it on a day that counts, Thurman told Ring TV on Tuesday. We were just smart. We planned out with doctors how to get through camp, blah, blah, blah. And he was talking about rehashing how he was injured for the Danny fight. I'm still being patient, but we need to ease into using the elbow at the heavy level and get prepared for a May date. Normally, we wouldn't even announce a fight that's over 100 days out. Big announcement, Showtime, boom, boom, boom. I'm at the top. Spence brought the title back. We have 2 American champs. Jeff Horn was a champion at the time. So blah, blah, blah. But you guys see it on the screen. This is all Keith, what he was saying. You see, I'm highlighting it. I'm not worried about Spence, said Thurman. He's a great boxer. He's 100% fundamentally sound. So you're just giving him props for stuff we know. He comes in shape. He puts on a great performance. He broke down many fighters and Kell Brook. I see what people are excited about. Look, this is Keith. So you can't flip now after Errol dismisses you and, you know, people forgot this. I see what people are excited about, and that's good. But he just had his first title defense, 7th-round stoppage versus Lamont Peterson. There's other great fights at 147, and to be honest, I want all 4 titles. So, you know, he said if he's the truth, he's not gonna go anywhere. This is all from Keith. We already know I'm #1 for a reason. I've been tested. I've been through the trials. I don't have a problem fighting the best, but blah, blah, blah. It just is not nothing direct like what he's talking about now. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, boy, I beat Errol Spence. Don't duck. You know, that's totally different energy. So why did you wait until Errol said, tables turned, I'm the big fish, and it's apparent that he's the money man, you know, and him and Pacquiao, you don't have a belt, and then now all of a sudden you want to fight him? You know, whether you want to call it a business move or you wanted to gear up for that fight because you knew he was the truth or whatever, I can't condone the difference, or I can't act oblivious. That's a great word. I can't act oblivious to the clear new energy that Keith Thurman is exuding and the confidence. All this confidence. See, Keith Thurman, some people even jumped off the Keith Thurman bandwagon because they were rocking with Keith, and then they thought the answers every time it was in relation to fighting Errol Spence, they thought those answers were rather weak. So now all of a sudden, after people, you know, have kind of jumped off the bandwagon, you lose your title, Errol Spence is like, I'm not fighting this dude. I don't care. Now you're making it look like he ducking you, but you never showed this. This is all people wanted Keith to do from the beginning when he was a champion, is talk like this, spicy Keith, you know. But now he's saying he's talking spicy Keith after he don't have a belt. Hasn't been in the ring since over a year with Pacquiao, you know. And now he's saying, call me, boy, you know, fight me, boy. I want a Pacquiao fight, boy. You fighting my leftovers, boy. It's a bit weird to me, you know. And he was hurt in this fight with Jose Cito Lopez. So I have mixed feelings. I like the fight. You know, if they still fight, it's still a meaningful fight and all that. But I have to notate that Keith Thurman, he acting different. He's showing a different confidence that people were asking him to show when it came to Errol Spence's name before. So it's a bit weird that he waited until Errol Spence says, you know, flat out, I'm not going to fight you. And then now all of a sudden you big and Brody and saying, fight me or else. These are just my thoughts. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know how I did in this video. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.